how did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figure most journalists would not disclose their sources.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. My favorite villain? I kind of like Diddy.
There are no misconceptions about me.
A true leader doesn't hold back the people around him. Instead, he inspires and elevates everyone in his circle.
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like...
Beyoncé is reportedly considering stepping back from the spotlight after 50 Cent announced plans to release a second documentary exposing those who worked closely with Diddy. For years, Jay-Z and Beyoncé were allegedly supporting Diddy behind closed doors. Now, it appears the consequences of those ties are beginning to surface. The pressing question remains, will Beyoncé distance herself from Jay-Z? Or is she quietly contemplating leaving the industry entirely?
Don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Like, Jay got all the trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
One with Beyonce. If you don't sign, you don't give him a trophy, she ain't coming.
Oh, Beyonce done ran down on you once, Fifth. Come on.
She did. Worse, she jumped off the thing, off the ledge. I was like, I didn't really know what to do. Thanks to Jay. If he says to Jay in his face, he'll look at you and go, nah, that happened.
So Beyonce jumped down on you.
He jumped down. Oh, she was like on a windowsill.
Right.
It was in Vegas. She said, come on, I'm talking to her. She jumped down. She was like, go. And I'm like, wait, what is she doing? That stuff, that's me and Jay-Z stuff. This ain't got nothing to do with you, girl. Don't come on.
So Hov wasn't there?
I'm talking to Jay.
Talking to Jay.
As soon as I talked to Jay, she jumped down, came over. I said, oh, look at this.
They about to jump you.
You lucky Solange wasn't there.
Yeah, you lucky Solange wasn't there.
Solange was there. I would have had the reboot. Huh? What?
So what did B say, or she was just staring at you?
Nah, she came like she was ready. Like I thought something was gonna happen. And I'm like, yo, whoa. She's throwing me off now. Because I don't know exactly how to respond to this. You are still Beyonce. I'm sitting on this stuff. She goes, what is this? I'm like, wait, what happened? I look at Jay, he goes.
Jay-Z reportedly knew that 50 Cent had him in his sights, but he never anticipated that 50 would possess the kind of damaging footage revealed in the documentary series. He now reportedly understands it's only a matter of time before footage surfaces allegedly showing him and Diddy plotting together behind the scenes. 50 has already made public hints about this, and according to various claims, he holds over 140 hours of material that could implicate some of the most powerful names in hip-hop.
We have 50 Cent coming out confirming that he does have more dirt on Diddy that he didn't even get to put in the 4 episodes on the Netflix Diddy documentary. And since it's 50 Cent, it's so hard telling what in the world he all has, but he said this in reference to the video footage that he got of the man recording Diddy before Diddy went to jail. And on top of all of this, he said more people came forward to him with allegations that didn't even make it into this Netflix Diddy documentary. And he alluded that he is about to drop this all on YouTube. He sat down to explain some of this on the Sherry show yesterday, and she said, it shocked a lot of people to see this personal footage of Diddy. I know 50, the way you run. This cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that has not been shown? He said, yeah, well, there's some stuff that couldn't make it in because there was only 4 episodes in the Netflix Diddy documentary. And then Sherry asked 50 Cent, does this mean that there's going to be a part 2 of the Netflix Diddy documentary? And he said that he's just going to put it on YouTube. This was not the only time in this interview that this man said this. Like, he is sure on YouTube for whatever reason, and he was even laughing about it. And in my opinion, I feel like why he wants to put this on YouTube is because Netflix probably wouldn't let him put in certain things because of liability. I think this is one of the main reasons why some of the things weren't talked about in the Diddy documentary. But like I said, also, he is cut down to a certain amount of time. Netflix gave him 4 episodes, so he has to put everything in those 4 episodes. And she asked him, out of all of the people that were coming forward. Have there been any new tips that you have gotten since it's been released? He said, well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see
50 Cent and Jay-Z have had a long-standing rivalry, with Jay-Z allegedly doing everything in his power to sabotage 50's career, only for 50 to come back stronger every time. Now, 50 appears to be seeking his revenge, and some believe Beyoncé could find herself caught in the crossfire alongside Jay-Z. The fundamental difference between the two men has always been their approach within the community. Jay-Z is frequently accused of suppressing others, while 50 is recognized for uplifting people and helping them succeed.
Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know,
true.
he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the, you know, the guys, you know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super
you didn't
Bowl?
know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember Eminem
yeah.
was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean,
the back
you
and
know,
forth,
it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
That was a long time ago.
That was what 9. What was that? 9?
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole
but 50 was always competition. Then remember Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had.
According to allegations circulating online, Jay-Z was present at Diddy's infamous private parties, where he was also accused of being unfaithful to Beyoncé. Some claims suggest that Beyoncé was fully aware of what was taking place and chose to remain silent, with certain allegations even placing her at these events alongside Jay-Z and Diddy. It is further alleged that both Beyoncé and Jay-Z were among a select few who knew exactly what Diddy was doing behind closed doors, yet took no action to stop it. Critics contend that rather than speaking out, they enabled his behavior and helped protect him from facing any real consequences.
Morgan said it, they're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this? About
Beyonce
what's going
is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's going to be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many people does he have to be aware of before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm love now.
What kind of love? Baby oil love? Baby love? Explicit love? Hey!
Many critics argue that one of the most troubling aspects of this situation is the allegation that Jay-Z groomed Beyoncé from a young age into the person she eventually became. Former industry insider Gene Deal has claimed that people within the music business were aware that their relationship allegedly began when Beyoncé was still underage. According to these claims, Beyoncé grew up conditioned to view Jay-Z's behavior as normal, something some argue may explain why she later appeared unbothered by similar behavior involving other women. These allegations have continued to fuel broader conversations about power, control, and exploitation within the entertainment industry.
Been around for a long time. Was there when he first started dating Beyonce at 17, 18, he was 30-something. You didn't know his age. I look back and see how old Jay-Z was. I think Jay-Z was born in like 69 or 67, something like a 67 right there. 69. I think he was born in 69. Beyonce, they say she was born in 81. You understand? But back then in 81, when we was in the club together, 98, 99, she wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but she was in the club. It was Club Eugene's. And Jay was dating her. And at that time, if you look at Jay's age, he was about 30 years old. So, isn't she still somewhat a child? To me, she is. But I guess they protect child. That's how you protect a child. You know, dating her at the age of 30-some years old and she's 17, 18 years old. If that's her true age. We really don't know her true age because Gabrielle Union said she went to junior high school with her, and Gabrielle Union is considered 6-7 years older than Beyonce age that she getting. So
to illustrate the gravity of these allegations, some critics have gone as far as claiming that Rihanna was among those harmed by the power dynamics surrounding Jay-Z, with accusations that Beyonce helped enable that environment. These claims are frequently cited as a reason why both Beyonce and Jay-Z are said to fear further exposure. According to these narratives, once the truth begins to unravel, numerous alleged victims could come forward, potentially placing both of them under an intense and unrelenting level of public scrutiny.
Lawsuit, it's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Gene explained that both men had a deep understanding of power, control, and influence long before the public ever became aware. In his view, the key distinction was visibility. Diddy was loud, extravagant, and constantly in the public eye. Jay-Z, by contrast, moved silently, operating in boardrooms behind closed doors and surrounding himself with influential figures who could shield him if things ever went sideways.
Funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s.
Did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah, he was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It was probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some bullshit, he could rise up in between both of them. You know what I mean?
Noted that this is precisely why Jay-Z rarely put himself in compromising positions. While Diddy built his empire by being everywhere and knowing everyone, Jay-Z took a far more calculated approach, building his influence by restricting access, maintaining distance, and carefully controlling who was allowed into his inner circle.
You heard the statement that, Jay lawyer came out with about how he wasn't really friends with Diddy. From your point of view, was they really friends or no?
How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? They was close enough that they wasn't playing basketball. They wasn't playing baseball. They wasn't playing football. And they wasn't playing hockey or soccer. for Diddy to come on stage, pat him on his ass, and then make the statement to people in the world that can't nobody call me Sean but Jay-Z. Now, I don't know what kind of statement, and I can't say, I wish I could say half a homo, but I know I can't say it. But I don't know what kind of half a homo that is. And you trying to say that you're not close to somebody. You coming on stage, patting them on their ass, and then you making a broad statement to the public, can't nobody call me Sean but Sean Carter. And I heard Jay-Z said the same thing about them. But they were so close that they had matching white girls together. Because when they used to see each other, they used to say, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? He'd be like, yo, how your skinny white girl doing? So I guess that's a certain type of close.
The one alleged mistake Jay-Z made was aligning himself with Diddy. And now that decision appears to be catching up with him in ways he never anticipated.
We come with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
To us, Black excellence.
that had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
Trusting Diddy is now being described as the gravest mistake Jay-Z and Beyoncé allegedly made. Reports suggest that Diddy even turned on his own attorney, somehow drawing him into the controversy as well. Critics argue that Diddy has never been concerned with the consequences faced by those around him, as long as he himself manages to evade accountability.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies, those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. Things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Allegedly, Jay-Z is now attempting to file a cease and desist order to block the release of the documentary. He and Diddy are reportedly claiming that 50 Cent obtained the footage through illegal means. However, according to counterclaims, 50 Cent acquired all of the footage entirely through legal channels. It is said that he was already aware Diddy had been recording content for a documentary he planned to release on his own terms at a later date. The alleged turning point came when Diddy failed to pay his videographer and editor, a dispute that reportedly opened the door for 50 Cent to legally step in and purchase the footage outright.
Over Mark Agnifilo. I gotta say, this is awful that Diddy owes his life to Mark Agnifilo, literally his life, because he could have gotten life in prison were it not for Mark Agnifilo, his defense lawyer, who had a brilliant strategy. And Diddy screwed him over when he hired this videographer to chronicle his life without telling Mark Agnifilo that when Diddy and Mark were on the phone, this videographer was recording what Mark clearly expected to be an attorney-client privileged relationship. Now, it is true that the client holds that privilege. The lawyer doesn't. But Mark's clear expectation was that this was a private conversation. These were private conversations. And that he and Diddy could talk openly. And Mark could talk to Diddy not just as a client, but as a person, and tried to guide him in a time leading up to his arrest. And unbeknownst to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy has got this guy recording the conversation as he's sitting there saying, "You are screwing this up. You are messing up this case. We're losing." And knowing that that's on tape. And it's almost like he's performing for the camera and not telling.
There is growing speculation that Beyoncé and Jay-Z may be heading toward a divorce if the documentary is released. Some claim Beyoncé has reached her limit, feeling that Jay-Z's ongoing controversies and alleged infidelity are continuously undermining the image she has spent years carefully building. Beyoncé has long worked tirelessly to protect her public reputation and maintain the trust of her fan base. After Jay-Z's past cheating scandal, she chose to remain by his side and rebuild their relationship. However, insiders suggest that this moment feels markedly different, heavier, more serious, and far harder to move beyond.
Your boss, yo, man, yo, how 50 get, blah, 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 yo, Puff, take this out doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right, whether it's NDAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupid.
Jay-Z has reportedly never been more exposed. Those close to the situation have said they've never witnessed him face this level of public pressure before. For decades, Jay-Z appeared completely untouchable, particularly within mainstream media. This time, however, that protective shield appears to be gone.
And Jay-Z have a toxic relationship. He preyed on her when she was just 18 years old. Fans accuse him of grooming her and then later on controlling her every move. At the same time, it's been revealed that he's a cheater and he cannot be